The sky is so clear. The moon is so bright and sharp. A crescent, I think. So bright that I can't focus on it with my eyes before it goes blurry. It's 5:46 a.m. I see stars and planets and satellites. Good morning, I suppose. I woke at 2-something from a nightmare. I was my grandmother and I watched my house get swallowed by the ocean. And then it swallowed me too. I couldn't go back to sleep after that. So I got up and baked cookies. My apartment smells of cinnamon and vanilla. My eyes are burning. Quite certain no amount of coffee will save me this time. I must have only slept a few hours. Like 3 at most. My mother is awake. She says she woke around 3 a.m. as well, and has spent the hours aligning her chakras and reconnecting with God. She said she went to a stream near her home and lay on the pebbles under the slice of moon. There is the slightest breeze and it's warm. It reminds me of my trip with Dad when we visited family in Grand Cayman. But when the breeze comes here and now, it sounds like here and now. The fallen leaves on the ground and the ones yet to fall still in the trees. Sounds like maracas, gentle ones. When I first sat outside, it was quiet, apart from the scattered rattles from the trees and a cough or groan here or there as a couple of people made their way to the bus. But now, 4 minutes to 6, the cars drive by every few seconds and I think I heard a bird chirp. The sky is slightly lighter blue, but the moon is still clear and bright with the stars. The warm breeze really is delicious. The weather has gradually warmed over the past few days. Is it the last day of summer? September 20th. No, 2 more days. On paper anyway. I think, though, the days will now get shorter and shorter and shorter. But when the sun rises, we'll stay warm into autumn. Just a feeling. The notion brings mixed emotions. I'm happiest in the sun, warmed by it, held by it. But it's not meant to be this way at this time. Our climate is changing faster and faster, and we are not prepared in the least. Which brings me back to that nightmare of mine. The effort it takes to exist in a world that ain't even want us. That was echoing through my head as I woke. The old woman. She wore an apron and a bonnet and she held her hands behind her back. And we just stood in the yard in Jamaica and watched the floods come over my house. Or Grandma's house, as I was her. And the old woman said something like, "No one can ever take my childhood away from me," as the water came and went over our heads. And then I woke up. I wonder what that's about.